In a week where the Rolling Stones have sensationally cancelled their hit Brown Sugar, cutting lyrics depicting slavery, it seems one of the UK's most popular clothing stores has now been accused of going too woke as well.
This week, Primark appeared to cancel mothers by naming their new line of pregnancy clothing the Parenthood Collection and removing any mention of the word maternity or woman. A spokesperson for the store says that they believe the range shouldn't be seen as temporary and that it includes post-pregnancy range. However, Manly shoppers took to social media to slam their latest move.
Yes, so cancelling mothers, God. So in our feature, The Controversy, we ask, has the UK become too woke? Well, to help us answer that, we are joined now by Conservative commentator Calvin Robinson. Calvin, are you woke?
Patrick, you cracked me up. Am I woke? No. What isn't woke at this point? That's a harder question to ask. What is not woke? Our language has been taken over. The things that we're buying are being rebranded. Let's start with this music thing, though, because Brown Sugar was a song about the horrors of slavery. It wasn't promoting slavery. It wasn't derogatory towards black people. And the Rolling Stones have self-censored. And it feels like everyone is self-censoring at this point. You can no longer use the word brown or black. You know, I used to like a song called Sweet Like Chocolate when I was a little kid by Shanks and Bigfoot. I don't know if you remember it.
I do remember Patrick. It well. Rarely off my mind. It's my go-to karaoke song, Calvin.
I'm sure it is. But I can't imagine a song like that being released at this point. Just referencing skin colour, just making a mention to skin colour, even in a positive light, is considered bad. What we should be looking at is if people are derogatory or racist or prejudiced towards people based on their skin colour. Of course, we should be clamping down on that. But if people are just mentioning words, everyday common words like brown sugar, for goodness sake, I don't think we should be so obsessed with it. It's not derogatory. But to move on to what you were talking about, you know, this maternity line that's being rebranded as a parenthood line, this is even worse because this is not just changing our language. This is erasing women again because it's only women that get pregnant. You know, this is a desire to be more inclusive. But instead of saying for women and trans men if they wanted to or something, they're not. They're using different language again. It's like, you know, it's pregnant people with a cervix, people who bleed. For goodness sake, can we just say women and mothers? What is wrong with us at this point?
I think many people will agree strongly with your sentiments, Calvin. And what really strikes me is that a lot of this happens totally to the disconnection from ordinary people. I mean, the overwhelming majority of people do not say birthing persons, do not say chest feeding, do not say menstruators or cervix havers. We say woman. But this seems to be happening at an institutional level, completely disconnected from the conversations and the way of speaking that the overwhelming majority of people actually use in their everyday life.
Well, there's a reason most people say women, because men do not wear maternity clothes. Fathers do not get pregnant. This is not a line for parenthood. This is a line for women and mothers. And everyone with common sense knows that. What this is the LGBTQ plus community. They keep saying that the trans community are marginalized, but I don't understand how they could possibly be marginalized when such a minority group is imposing their policy on the rest of us. The majority don't have a say anymore. This insanity is taking over in the clothes that we buy, the words that we're allowed to use, the songs that we're allowed to listen to. At this point, the trans movement has more of a say than the non-trans people. And for a community that covers less than 1% of the country, I don't think that's appropriate. Anyone should be able to live their lives any way they see fit. Don't get me wrong. If you want to call yourself a man or a woman and you're not, that's up to you. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. The problem is when you put those views, you force those views on me. You force the language on me. You compel me to say certain things that I know are not true. It's against science. It's against the English language, and it's wrong. It's anti-British. We need to say, let's stop shopping at these shops if they want to be completely woke. I don't know who they're appealing to because they're discarding 99% of the population in favour of 1%. Okay, let that 1% shop there. You shouldn't be buying clothes from a Chinese sweatshop anyway, in my opinion. So forget places like Primark if they want to go entirely woke and shop elsewhere.
But Kevin, you make a really important point in relation to, for example, transgender individuals. They do deserve respect and dignity, but they make up less than 0.01% of the population. And there does seem to be this kind of fixation on very tiny minority issues, often to the kind of conflict or the marginalising of the majority. Do you worry that this could actually be doing more harm than good when it comes to actually building sympathy and solidarity across differences?
Of course it does, because all the trans people that I know are against all of this nonsense, just as well as all the gay people I know are against the LGBTQ++ pride movement as well. It's like people just want to live their lives as best as they see fit. They don't want their own personal life pushed on the rest of us, and they don't want it to be a big hoo-ha. It doesn't make any sense. So I think the people that are doing this are people that take offense on behalf of other people. And I've had this quite a lot. People say, oh, you can't be saying that because black people get offended, or people take offense on my behalf. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not offended by that. That's not, Baba Black Sheep does not offend me. Get over it. You are just causing an issue where it doesn't exist. And it's the same with this. Renaming a maternity line to a parenthood line. Who was offended by a maternity line? I don't think anyone in real life was. Just as I don't think anyone in real life is offended walking down the street and seeing a statue of someone that may have had some link to the British Empire at some point in the past. These people don't exist. What's happening is the metropolitan liberal elite are thinking, we need to protect these. They're patronizing us. We need to protect these minorities because they can't look after themselves. They're going to get offended by this. Oh, no. It's like, no, stop it. Just stop.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for the day that British Airways has to change its name because of its links to our colonial past, to be perfectly honest with you. But I imagine that'll be probably next week. But, are we just shouting into the void here, Calvin? Is it game over? Has it already happened now? Companies aren't going to row back on this. It's sexy to be woke, isn't it? And as far as they're concerned, their shareholders must love it. I mean, it's done, isn't it? We've lost.
It is sexy to be woke, but it's not profitable to be woke, is it? Go woke, go broke, as they say. All we need to do is vote with our wallets. Anytime a brand puts a rainbow flag in their logo in the Western world, but does not put it up in Saudi Arabia or in the Middle East, we need to stop buying goods from those companies. Anytime a company renames women to people with cervixes or people who bleed or something disgustingly like putting them down to their anatomy, we need to stop buying from these people. We need to stop spending money with these ridiculously woke organizations and let them realize that it's not something that the majority of us want. I don't believe. I think they're trying to appear woke in order to look good. It's virtue signaling. It's easy to look good than to do good. I would prefer these companies to put their money where their mouth is and spend on good charities, put money to make sure that marginalized people are supported and encouraged and look after their mental well-being. Actually do good in the world. Don't just appear to do good.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.